When you see a river, what do you hear? When you're at the beach, what are you listening to? If you take a hike into the wilderness, what sounds are you aware of? The next time you're outside in nature, close your eyes. Let's imagine that you're sitting by a river. What are you really listening to? We can hear the sound of water, perhaps a few birds or an occasional gust of wind, and it's very relaxing, but there's so much more to listen to. Try listening to the cadence of the water. Is there a rhythm or pattern of sound that's being heard? What notes can you decipher? Could you put a percussion beat to the rhythm? Listen to the rhythm and the cadence of the birds. What sounds are they making? Can these sounds be intermingled with the river? What notes are the birds singing? What sound is the wind making? How about the trees? When the wind blows through the branches, what do you really hear? Can you hear more than just the wind? Can you hear a melody within that sound? These are some of the little things in life that you can't put a price on, yet they get overlooked on a daily basis. Gaia gives us these gifts every day. The song is never repeated. What do you hear? A couple years ago, my daughter and I were at the beach. There was a fence that was submerged underwater during high tide, but when the tide was really low, you could walk right up to the fence. On that particular day, the tide was really low, so we walked up to the fence. There were a lot of people taking walks on the beach that day. They'd get up to the fence and then turn around and walk the other way. My daughter and I stopped at the fence and knocked off a few barnacles off of it into a puddle of water below the fence. We watched a group of conch-like shells congregate over the barnacles. We looked even closer and found tiny little baby crabs, no bigger than the size of your fingernail on your pinky. It was amazing. There was so much beauty within that little fence, but no one really took the time to see it. To this day, my daughter and I still talk about it. I was at a conference, and the girl who I was dating at the time and I were looking at the aura of trees at night. It was so cool. We both saw a light blue aura over the trees in front of us. It was beautiful, and the memory holds a special place in my heart. Sometimes, the simplest things in life bring you the most happiness. Someday, we'll all be old. How are you going to feel when you look back at your life and see that it was wasted in a stagnant, dead-end relationship, or wasted by watching TV and playing video games? Life is too short and too precious, my friends. If nothing else, remember these words. Your goal in life is not to be happy. It's to experience as much as you can. You'll also grow spiritually in leaps and bounds versus the person who vegetates in front of the television or the computer playing video games. That's only going to delay his or her spiritual growth. Try building something with your hands. Write a song or some poetry. Go outside and really listen to nature. Live life. It's within these experiences that you'll find happiness. In Lakesh.